Hey, what's going on, guys? Ryan here. It's been a while since I've done a video that isn't a pay-per-view review, but we're actually getting 2 straight weekends without a pay-per-view, so it's time to talk about other things in the world of wrestling. And one thing that has been quite the topic recently is TNA Wrestling. So Billy Corgan now is suing TNA Wrestling. So for those of you who are not familiar with this entire situation, basically what happened is, TNA for a very long time has always had financial troubles. They've always been, scrounging for money. There's a lot of times where you think the company is about to go under because they can't pay their wrestlers, they can't do this, and then something saves them at the last minute. Now, Billy Corgan, the lead singer of the band Smashing Pumpkins, huge band in the 90s. I think they're still making music, but anyway, he joined TNA Wrestling back in, I think around April of 2015. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy. I thought he'd only been around like less than a year, but it's already been, about a year and a half since he's joined the company. And essentially, in recent months, Billy Corgan has had to fund TNA out of his own pocket just to keep the show going. And, so much so that he was able to leverage that into a position as the new president of the company. And Dixie Carter, who was the former president, still has majority ownership of TNA Wrestling. But Billy Corgan is currently the president. Now, I know Bound for Glory was just a couple weeks ago, and that was another situation where they were like, is this show even going to happen? Do they have the money? And then an organization came in at the 11th hour and was able to fund Bound for Glory along with several sets of television tapings. Now, there's still been all this talk, before and after Bound for Glory as what's going to happen with TNA. Because obviously this was a Band-Aid, not a permanent fix with funding, Bound for Glory in those TV tapings. They still needed, some revenue or some money so that they could keep things going. So they were looking at selling the company. Now, there were talks about WWE being involved, and they just wanted the tape library and all that stuff. And it looks like that didn't end up happening. Jury's still out. Could happen down the road, but looking pretty doubtful at this point. So we're trying to figure out what the heck's going on with the fate of TNA. And then all of a sudden, we get this pop-up on the news that Billy Corgan is now suing TNA Wrestling. The president of the company is suing TNA and Dixie Carter, and I believe Dixie Carter's husband as well. I think there's been talks that even Dixie Carter owes money personally to Billy Corgan. So this is just turning into a huge mess. There's not a ton of details on the actual lawsuit out quite yet. I'm sure we're going to learn more as things progress. But we did find out that there's more people just piling on. Now the state of Tennessee is getting involved because they have a ton of unpaid taxes, and there's several other organizations. I think it's like Aralux, Anthem, one of the parent companies of the Fight Network, and MCC Acquisitions. All these people who have kind of they're either owed money or they've invested in TNA. Apparently TNA owes about $3.4 million to those companies. And this also, that figure they said, this is on NoDQ.com that I'm reading, and apparently came from F4W Online, I believe. But Billy, that money does not include the money that was owed to Billy Corgan and or to Audience of One Productions LLC, which filed a lawsuit against TNA last month. So everyone's just piling on TNA right now, and to be honest, I don't know what the hell is going to happen, because I've said it before, TNA is like a cockroach, in a nuclear holocaust or whatever. It's always finds a way to live. It somehow is able to survive everything. And I really can't say right now this is the end of TNA, but I do have to ask, how the hell do they get out of this? Like it seems like they're pretty much in a horrible situation. I don't see how anyone could bail them out. And my only hope is that somehow there's a way for Billy Corgan to eventually take this company. And the truth is that Dixie Carter just really needs to go. All the reports that I've read on this situation has been that she's largely responsible for a lot of the mismanagement of trying to sell this company and plenty of other business dealings in the past. Billy Corgan has at least shown, from a creative standpoint, that the company has been going in a much better direction. It's just unfortunate that the finances haven't been backing up the good creative progress that they've made. So this is just a mess of a situation. I really want to see the company survive, but I want it to survive in a total rebranding. The TNA name at this point, especially now at this point with all these lawsuits, is done. It's toast. It's a horrible acronym. People think you're talking about something totally different when they hear the letters TNA. I know they've tried to rebrand it Impact Wrestling, but it's still, under the TNA banner. Impact, TNA, all needs to be done, rebranded, let Billy Corgan take over, if that's even possible at this point. That's what I'd like to see. We're definitely going to be following this situation. I haven't, I'll be perfectly honest, aside from the broken Matt Hardy stuff, I really haven't watched TNA in a very long time. I used to watch it way back, 2004 to like 2008, but by the time it got around 2008, there was just a lot of, the show was just bad. I mean, the wrestling was good around that time, but the creative was so terrible, it was just insulting to watch at a lot of times. So I stopped watching then. But it's come a long way in improving from that. And, I never want to see a wrestling company die. I want to see wrestling continue to grow. It's just that TNA needs a total makeover. And hopefully there's a way out of this so that all the, their roster can survive in some way on a new wrestling program. So that's TNA right now. Everyone's basically pile on, guys. Everyone's suing TNA. Might as well get in on the action, right? So let me know what you guys think about this whole TNA situation in the comments below. I mean, the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins is suing a wrestling company in 2016. What a wild year it's been. What would you like to see happen to TNA? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out our podcast every single Wednesday now. We always cover Raw and SmackDown, who won the week. And of course, when pay-per-views come up, we give our predictions on that. And we always have pay-per-view reviews on the channel on Sunday night following the show. If you'd like to go the extra mile in supporting us, head over to patreon.com/Byte That. You can get tons of cool instant perks and rewards for supporting us, including early access to our content. You get to see it before anyone else. So check that out. And thank you guys for watching.